everyone. Yes, I have just now finished listening to Jimi Hendrix for the first time and his band, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. It was truly an experience and I enjoyed it so much. Unfortunately, because of copyright issues, I cannot put it here on YouTube, but it is on my Ko-fi and Patreon membership pages if you want to see it there. And I am going to share some excerpts from it here so that you can at least get an idea of what it was like. There was a surprise, a big surprise for me right at the beginning, and my jaw hit the floor for a moment. And the entire piece of music and all of it was really amazing, and I hope that at least these little excerpts of the experience will please you and reward you. And if you want to check out the whole thing, you can always go to my Ko-fi and Patreon membership pages. You'll find it there. It was truly a Jimi Hendrix experience. The Hendrix Chord. Okay, good. There's a paragraph here about the Hendrix Chord. The most notable Hendrix song that features the 7-sharp-9 chord. Okay, that's the Hendrix Chord. 7-sharp-9. I'll have to keep my ears out for it because it says the most notable Hendrix song, which features this chord, is Purple Haze. That is so interesting because when I read a 7-sharp-9 chord, my mind immediately goes two places. First is to Renaissance music. Second is to Debussy and other French Impressionist music. So this is going to be interesting to see another use, but it's so interesting to see that it here is also acknowledged that it is used to add colors to music, to add new colors to the music, which is very much what we think of when we think of Impressionist style chord voicings and formations. All right, well, it sounds like I am in for a treat. So let's get started. Before I say anything about this song, you saw my jaw drop at one moment. I just discovered a musical joke that I never really knew what it was about before. A humorous moment from my childhood. I just discovered where he pulled that music from. There we go. Mystery solved. I can hear McFerrin's voice. It goes, angry, weary, da 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 da. Yes, I've got to show it to you. We have an E to an A sharp. That is our augmented fourth, diminished fifth, or what is commonly identified as the devil in music. The little musical devil, Diabolus in musica. That aside, here is a fabulous use of it. It accentuates this angularity here. So we have, between the electric bass and the electric guitar, this interval stacked. E and A sharp. This angular little devil in music, which is now not a devil, but we could call it a black diamond, a gem, something that is incredibly valuable here. And it is put center stage. And it's placed here and then up an octave. Deet, 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 deet. It works so well as an introduction. This is where we find the famous, which I now know, famous Jimi Hendrix chord. And here it looks like this.
Jim Morrison, When the Music's Over?
Yes. Jim Morrison, When the Music's Over. That's a great example. I saw that coming. And I knew that I wanted to tell you ahead of time. Here it comes, here it comes. Feel it. You know this opening. Dee-dee-dee-dum, da-dum, so forth there. Notice how the guitar is playing with that same figure, kind of just ya da 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 bum, and it's kind of the same little figure, modified and then repeated differently one after the other, but it belongs to the fabric of the music. It is something that we were given at the very beginning, and now it comes back and it pulls this all together. What does that guitar solo sound like to you? I'm very curious, because as I listen to it, I hear the colorful qualities that he is putting into the sound by whatever means he has at hand. And as I listened to it, I was thinking, what does it make me feel like? And this might sound very strange, because maybe you don't associate this kind of sound with this kind of space. But the sound makes me associate it with something like stained glass windows. I've been talking a lot about cathedrals as I listen to this. It's kind of weird to me that it brings that association to mind, but it truly does. And I could say that this music, I wouldn't say that it felt like a religious experience, but at the same time, it had elements of power and majesty, grandeur, glory, and strength that I associate with cathedrals and mountains. Well, there I have listened to Jimi Hendrix finally, and I guess I'm glad that I waited this long to hear him, because I feel like round about a year ago or so, when I first began, yes, I would have enjoyed it to some extent, but I think that I really needed the time for my ears to become attuned to some of these sounds and what the guitar does and is as an instrument, in order to be able to appreciate this to this level. It's been a long time coming, but I'm happy that I finally get to listen to it, and I am eager and ready to listen to the final J in the trio so that I can close this triangle and start to appreciate more what so many of you have been saying for so long to me on this channel.